friends! So, today we are here to do a joint haul. We'll be featuring a lot of different books, stuff we got from publishers, stuff we bought ourselves. This still falls into the category of stuff we got ourselves, but we have a book outlet haul today, which I'm really excited about. We just got it, so we decided we were gonna film, right?
It's very bad for the budget.
But very great for the library.
Oh, no regrets. Maybe some shame, but no regrets.
So we're gonna start with this huge box, obviously. Macky has the scissors ready, and hopefully it doesn't injure me in the process.
I will try to not injure anybody.
Or the books. It has been a eventful June. We've gotten a lot of books. Clearly. There you go. Dun, da, da. Lots of stuff.
In no particular order, let's start with some manga.
Woo!
Now, Alexa has and I are huge Cardcaptor Sakura fans.
Yeah.
Huge. And then years, I had known about Tsubasa Chronicles for a while now. And then when I told her that, oh, they just basically took absolutely every single Clamp thing and put it into just one series and made a totally different universe with Sakura and Shaoran a little more into their older years as the main characters, and the tirade of angry sounds coming out of this one was like, why did you only tell me now? And I'm like, I'm sorry. Because book outlet is amazing.
Behold, those two and I'll do these two.
We were able to get some of the Tsubasa Chronicles stuff. So volumes 2, 1, do you have one?
No.
2, 3,
4, and then 7.
4 and 7. So we're gonna figure out the rest, but these are the omnibus versions, but we will figure those out. She's so excited for these.
Oh wait, there was one more. Flies, there's 8.
The next ones are the rest of the Fablehaven series, which I am so happy about, because I really need to know what happens next. I mean, I will cover Fablehaven during my recap, and I have very strong feelings about it in several different ways, but this satisfies that because I need to know what happens next. So this is Fablehaven 2 to 5, which is super awesome.
Okay, my turn. This is The Imposter Queen by Sarah Fine. It is the first in this series. I forgot what the series is called, but I read it a while ago. I really enjoyed it. Book 2 is actually my favorite, but I figured we needed the whole series. This is set in a world where there are people who have the power of fire and people who have the power of ice. That's what I remember about this one. And obviously, it's about royalty too.
Speaking of royalty and court intrigue, I present to you so pretty, babe. Sorry, little thing. But we were able to get the Kushiel series, the first 3. Kushiel's Dart, Kushiel's Chosen.
Ooh. I don't think you can hold on well.
Kushiel's Dart, Kushiel's Chosen, and Kushiel's Avatar, my personal favorite of the first 3.
I haven't read the other 2, but I have read the first one and really liked it.
Because it is insane and they're so pretty.
My turn. It's a series too. It's a duology. It's Avalon and Polaris by Mindy Arnett. And I've been telling Macky he might want to read this because it's supposedly like Firefly, which I've never seen. Confession time. Yeah, I've read it. I've actually reread this, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's a bunch of teens. They basically get hired to steal things, and it's obviously set in space. So fun times.
This next one is mine. I had to get it because it is easily my favorite Stephen King book as of late. That stands alone-ish, and by alone-ish I mean in that this is not necessarily a sequel, but it is definitely a second novel and set in the same world as The Shining. Of course, in Stephen King, in the Stephen King multiverse, everything is set everywhere. There's always a wheel that turns thereabouts, but I love this. Look at that, Dr. Sleep finally within my grasp.
Look, it's the box set of the UK editions of Harry Potter, and it's so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
I just wanted it for our shelves because why not? I don't actually own a full UK set of the books, which I only realized recently. So I think that's pretty great.
Since we wanted it for our shelves, does this make us shelvish? That was a terrible pun, by the way. I'm gonna be a dad someday, so I had to
practice.
And last but definitely not least, as an afterthought, the complete, I want to say Vondla? Vondla? I don't know, because I watched Spring Awakening and it's Vendla. I don't know what this is about, but I kind of want it.
Well, we got it for you mostly, and then you're supposed to tell me.
And I'm supposed to, okay, this is mine then.
And that was the last
Beautiful.
of our book outlet stuff. You can go next, because I'm gonna go and get stuff off there.
Right, with publicity, was able to I was able to get in touch with them, and they were able to send me the three of the couple of other books that I kind of really wanted, starting with book 3 of the series, Flight of the Feathered Serpent. So very, very cool. It's about a person who has been reincarnated, I guess, several times, and yet one of her stalwart warrior types who's, I guess, not been reincarnated but has known her in all incarnations is still around, so that really attracted me to it. So it's the 3rd book in the series, hoping to get the first 2 so that I can get the whole thing, and happy to do that. my next piece would be Choices, the true story of one family's daring escape to freedom. So it's about it's a Holocaust story. So I have a very, very tender spot for that particular era, especially the Holocaust, you know, and Frank, all of that stuff. So very, very special to me personally. And so any stories of survivors, I'm very interested. Lastly, Birthrights. So again, so thanks again, Smith Publicity, super cool, happy to read this. So Penguin Random House like sent Alexa an email saying, hey, look at all these middle grade titles, and Alexa's like, hey, maybe you want one of these, and I'm like, how about all of them? Is that too greedy? And she said, nah, you're fine. And so one by one, it is the Eye of the North. Emmeline's got scientist parents and they disappear. That's it, like I'm in. It's like, how does that kid do it? Beyond the Doors, super cute cover right there. When a family disaster forces the 4 Autumn children to live with their great aunt Gladys, a relative they never met, they immediately know there's something strange about their new home. I'd say Great Gadget's secret room, living with other relatives, poking around. That's what I did when I visited new houses. Definitely love to relive that piece of my childhood. Hyacinth and the Secrets Beneath. So there is a pig. There is a pig.
And I almost not.
And it turns out everything I believed about how the world works was wrong. Magic is real. Well, alrighty then. Guardians of the Griffin's Claw. So, you know, it's case number 1, London, Sam London, and there's like a little case file at the back.
Oh, you
super cool.
Why don't you show them the full thing?
Okay, there you go.
There.
I really, really want to read that.
I guess I'm gonna just continue in that vein. We're gonna have to talk about the books I bought first because there's still quite a few and I'm not sorry. First is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I actually got the sequel to this one at BEA, so I figured I should get the first book, which I've been really interested in anyway. Carrie is so nice. Anyway, this is about a girl who lives around the I'd like to say Victorian era, and she is investigating Jack the Ripper. I will be reading this one and the companion and probably letting you guys know what I think in some recap to come. So apparently I did not own these books yet, and I am glad I waited because these covers are so much better than the original ones, at least to me. And it's the Summer series by Jenny Han. They're so summery.
I know, I love these pastel.
The Summer I Turned Pretty, that's the first book. It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. I'm so happy I own them in these editions. And if you haven't read this, it's basically about a girl named Belly and a couple of the summers in her life where things change drastically for her.
Like getting
in
pretty.
the family. And the family and romantic sense. Everyone will know what this book is. It's the abs cover.
The abs cover.
This is what we call this book. No, it's The Score, and this is the 3rd book in the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. And it is about Dean and Allie, and I love this book. I was not able to snag it originally with the others when I got them because the abs covers were switched out on Amazon. That made me really sad. But then Elle decided to sell a couple of prints of those books, and obviously I snatched the opportunity to grab one. I really enjoyed this new adult series. It's so much fun, made me laugh a lot, and it's been very emotional, and it's just all around a good time.
And who would want to grab some abs like that? Huh? Huh?
And this whole stack of books also goes together. It's a collection of Jane Austen works, and I love the way they did it because the covers are super simple. They're just very bright and prettily patterned. So this is Pride and Prejudice. This one is Persuasion. This is Northanger Abbey. This is Love and Friendship, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, and Mansfield Park. I've only read 2 out of this entire set.
I've actually watched Mansfield Park.
I have not even watched it. I've read Pride and Prejudice, I've actually read it twice, and I've read Sense and Sensibility twice as well. So I'm hoping to read the other Jane Austens now that I have them in this pretty collection that is very, very me. If you ask anyone, it is very me.
Pastel. Everything she owns is in like, is that basically.
And the next 2 books also make a matching set, and it's My True Love Gave to Me and Summer Days and Summer Nights. These are the UK paperback editions, and these are the short story collections edited by Stephanie Perkins. This one is a Christmas themed collection, and this one is a summer themed collection. I enjoyed quite a few of the stories in this one, but I really love this collection on the whole because all of the stories were just so much fun to read. Plus, look at this cover, it's ice cream.
I really want ice
cream
right now, all of a sudden.
I love them so much. And this book is actually the book we waited for before I did my haul because I'm super excited about it. It is The Someday Suitcase by Corianne Haydu. It's about 2 best friends and something major happens to pretty much upend their lives, and they are trying to find a way to change what's going to happen. I'm trying to be vague because all he knows is that I got very emotional reading it, and that's all I want him to know about it. so good. Corianne Hayter just writes such amazing books, and I really, really enjoyed this one. So, the next 8 books.
First of all, happy 20th birthday, Mr. Potter.
Can you believe it's been 20 years since the first Harry Potter came out?
Happy 20th anniversary,
Can't believe
Harry.
it. Changed my life.
And in celebration of that,
we ended up getting all of the 20th anniversary editions. I said we should just pick the ones for our houses, but Macky was like, no, it would be an incomplete collection, and I agreed. So we ended up with this and that. We have the pretty hardcover editions, Slytherin and Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, same thing.
and the pretty soft
And just
bound
like
edition.
look at them, okay?
So
they're just like, all of them are so
they're
gorgeous.
embossed.
Like,
and
I just-
it's the
I love them
house
so much.
and it's the house founders at
I
the
just
back,
can't. I just,
right? So
and I mean, like, look,
so-
look at those, look
right.
at that. Sorry, we're just literally just, we're just gonna gush about them. But yeah, basically we just wanted all of them for ourselves because we love Harry Potter.
right.
Just love Harry Potter. That's basically all that it is.
So you basically got Sal, Ro,
So yeah,
Helga,
20th.
and Griff.
Okay, now I have to talk about all the books I got from publishers, which is awesome. So first is a romance novel. It's called Hate to Want You by Alicia Wright. I actually didn't hear anything about this one before I got it in the mail, but then I read the back and like, first of all, the guy's named Nicholas, and I have a weakness for guys named Nicholas, so that was pretty much all I needed to know. I don't know anything else about this one, but I have had friends tell me that they were really looking forward to it, so I'm assuming that this is one that I should definitely be reading soon. Plus, it seems like a good summer read, don't you think? Romance in the summer.
Well, seems a little steamy to me.
There are 2 books I got from Penguin Random House, which I kind of had heard of the titles, but I haven't read them yet, and that's Akata Witch and Akata Warrior, and this is by, oh, I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry, Nnedi Okorafor? I think that's how it is. I really like the covers of these. I'm just gonna read the back of the first one, you can hold that one. It says, Sunny Nwazu lives in Nigeria, but she was born in New York City. Her features are West African, but she is albino. She's a terrific athlete, but she can't go out into the sun to play soccer. There seems to be no place where she fits in. And then she discovers something amazing. She's a free agent with latent magical power, and she has a lot of catching up to do. Soon she's part of a quartet of magic students, studying the visible and invisible, learning to change reality. But just as she's finding her footing, she and her friends are asked by magical authorities to help track down a career criminal who knows magic too. I think we're gonna have to read it because it sounds amazing. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the other one's about.
I think we're gonna have to go Hunger Games on this then.
This is a middle grade book, and the author emailed me to ask if I would be interested in reading it because she knew I was interested in sort of retellings or stories inspired by fairy tales. And this is called The Princess and the Page, and it's by Christina Farley, and I got it from Scholastic.
I'm getting really greedy about the
Also, the
middle
author
grade that
signed
she
it,
gets.
and she says Princess Alexa on it. I'm a princess.
Well, guess she's reading it now.
It's about a princess who I think she writes, if I remember correctly. He's gonna want to steal this at some point.
I want to steal this now. The last 3 books I wanted to steal.
Yeah, so it's a middle grade fantasy. Also, there was a lot of cute stuff in here, like this bookmark and this sticker, and there's a poster.
Oh, that is so cool.
I just really like the color of the cover, by the way. It's a really random thing to say, but I do. So thank you, Christina, and thank you, Scholastic. The Duchess Steele by Tessa Dare. I don't know what this is about, but it's a Tessa Dare book, and I have always enjoyed her historical romances, so that's happening. We have a finished copy of The Cafe by the Sea by Jenny Colgan. I've actually mentioned this one in a previous haul because I had an arc, which I have not yet read. Oops. Anyway, perfect summer read again because it's about a girl who goes home to her small town to help her father and her brothers with their family farm. But she ends up opening a coffee shop. Jill Shalvis, Lost and Found Sisters. Again, know nothing about what this is about, but the thing that drew me in is the fact that there's a mention of sisters. I'm a sucker for any book that includes a sister relationship. Again, with the trend of books that I knew nothing about before I got them in the mail. This is called The Diplomat's Daughter, and it's by Karen Tanabe, who is the author of The Gilded Years, and I really like that cover. Okay, it says, for fans of All the Light We Cannot See and Orphan Train comes a captivating tale of 3 young people divided by the horror of World War II and their journey back to one another. So, The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley, which has one of the coolest covers I've ever seen. I don't remember exactly what this is about. Again, one of those things. I do remember I was interested in reading it though, so that. But it's also because they sent me The Bedlam Stacks by Natasha Pulley. Oh, I remember why I wanted this one. Because it's set in Peru.
Done.
That's literally the only reason that I really wanted this one. So thanks, Bloomsbury, for sending me these 2 books. I Hate Everyone But You I Hate Everyone But You by Gabby Dunn and Allison Raskin. And it's basically the story of 2 best friends. And Rachel and I are actually reading this one for Friends with Arcs because it seemed appropriate. I got The Lake Effect by Erin McCann. She is also the author of Love and Other Foreign Words, which is a book I really enjoyed and I think is highly underrated and you guys should read it. And I'm going to be doing the blog tour for this one. Okay, I don't have the book because I've been lending it to people, but I just wanted to share this shirt, keychain, postcard, shirt, also this book sleeve, which I'm going to totally keep because it's basically like an invitation to participate in Warcross, which if you know anything about what this book is about, then you will know it's like a major, like really good thing. I've read it, he's read it, we both really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend checking it out. If you don't know what Warcross is about, it's about a girl named Emika Chen who is an orphan and she is basically a bounty hunter. That's how she makes her living. But on the day of the opening ceremony game for Warcross's World Championship, she hacks into the game and gains international notice, including notice from the creator of Warcross, Hideo Tanaka, who eventually hires her to spy within the Warcross competition to find out who's trying to sabotage the game. Good times, guys, good times. I mean, come on, I made my sister read it too, and she also enjoyed it, so...
This entire house has read Warcross and loved it.
This is actually a book you guys will have seen before, but we got a box. It says, some girls face their demons, others crush them.
And it's actually really fun. It's actually, so this is the epic crush of Jeannie Lo.
Look, there's candy in here.
There's candy? You didn't say it was candy.
With a little card. Has the zodiac here, and then has book stuff on the back.
I am halfway through this book and it is super
I thought
fun.
You finished.
It's actually a play on the Monkey King Goes to the West.
Oh, I didn't.
Chinese tale, really. So deeply rooted in Chinese, I guess, literature. And wherever you see like a monkey with like a stick, they actually, this is the Americanized kind of like interpretation of it. So very great.
I didn't know that.
So it's fun. So many Asian, so many Chinese culture allusions. And Jeannie Lo herself is Chinese, and very fun. Very awesome.
I also realized I'm probably doing a terrible job at describing the books that I got, so I'll link to them down below instead so you guys can check them out. Next is this box that I got again from Penguin Random House, and it says She Persisted, and I knew what was in here before I opened it, but now I will show you. In that box there was this shirt that says She Persisted. There is a second shirt that says She Persisted. One of them is a little bigger. And then there was this postcard.
I don't know why I'm dancing.
And then there was this tote bag. And then there is a rubber bracelet. Everything is branded to match the book. And that is She Persisted, 13 American Women Who Changed the World, which is written by Chelsea Clinton and illustrated by Alexandra Boyer, I want to say. And it's basically a children's book that highlights 13 American women who did remarkable things. And that just sounds incredible, and I'm so honored to have received this package. There's another box, which I've been holding on to, and this one is from the novel, which is like the YA branch of Little Brown. And this says Novel Beach Reads, so...
Things to read on the beach, one assumes.
Yes. Why can't I open it? Because I'm holding it backwards. So they sent a letter along with all the goodies. My favorite thing in this box, by far, is this tote that says booked all week. Accurate. They also threw in a pair of shades, which I actually don't have black wayfarers, so...
Now she does.
In my favor. I have a lot of like bookish sunglasses, which I did not realize were a thing.
This is perfect when you go undercover.
I'm gonna wear them for the rest of this part of the haul. And there are a couple of books in here. First is Famous in Love by Rebecca Searle. This is the first in a duology, and it's also been recently turned into a show on Freeform starring Bella Thorne, who obviously is on this cover. And it's about a girl named Paige who is living an ordinary life until she is chosen to star in a teen movie that has a love triangle in it.
Interesting.
Sound familiar? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it's a pretty cute story. I didn't necessarily love it, but I am curious about the TV series. Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hess, and I know that this one is historical fiction. And it's got something to do with a girl who the Nazis are searching for. And obviously she doesn't want to get caught. Don't know anything else other than that. The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones, and I love the embroidered cover on here. The main character is named Dee, and she makes a deal with a demon, if I recall correctly. I don't remember what else happens in this, but Faustian bargain, guys. That's basically what it is. You have Frostblood by Ellie Blake, which I actually already have, so this one's gonna be given away. And it is about a character who lives in a world where the Frostbloods are in power, but she's a fireblood, and so she agrees to make a deal with someone who wants to overthrow the Frostblood King, if I remember correctly. I know Rachel from Hello Charlie really loved this, so I will be reading it and the sequel, Fireblood, as well. And the last book is also very summery. It's The Unlikelies by Carrie Firestone, and it's got ice cream on the cover. AKA, I ultimately want to read it just because of that.
So gonna get ice cream now. Like this entire
Let's
fall.
see, it says, summer was supposed to be boring. Just sitting on the porch with my parents, working at the farm stand, missing my friends, remaining happily single. But that was before I reacted to Save That Baby, before the video went viral, before the Homegrown Heroes Luncheon, and before Gordy, Val, Jean, Alice, and I decided we could fix things we couldn't completely understand. They say no good deed goes unpunished, and that may be true, but the unlikelies will take our chances every single time. Sounds pretty good, actually.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
So, probably gonna read this. He's probably gonna try and read it too. So I got this box, and it was sent to me by JKS Communications and the author D.E. Knight, and I'm pretty stoked about what's in it. Obviously, the best thing about this box, kidding, or one of the best things about this box is this how would you say that? Glamagerie bottle?
Glanagerie.
Glanagerie bottle. It lights up like that, which is pretty cool. And there is a letter from the author in here. There's a couple of other things like this card and these fact cards. And I really love that it's also wrapped in like newspaper, tissue paper, which is pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, getting to the main point. The book in this box is The Crowns of Croswald by D.E. Knight, and I also really just like that cover. Anyway, it says, in Croswald, the only thing more powerful than dark magic is one secret. Dun dun dun. It sounds pretty good. It actually sounds like something Macky would also like, so he may be reading it as well as me. But yeah, I think the packaging was so cool. I'm so glad that they sent it to me, and I can't wait to read it. The next few things that I'm gonna show you are things that I got from friends who were nice enough to send them to me. These first two things are from my friend Hannah. I'm so obsessed with because she was just culling her shelves and she was offering to send me books, and I only picked two. And they're both C.S. Lewis books, actually. This one is The Great Divorce, and this one is The Screwtape Letters. I haven't actually read either, to be fair. But my friend Danica has, and she really likes them both. So when Hannah had them in her cult pile, I was like, I'll take them. So I did. Oh, this one's not from a friend, but it's because of the author that I ended up with a copy. And it's Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows, which is the first in her new trilogy, the Fallen Isles trilogy. I've actually already read this one and I absolutely love it. It is about a girl who is thrown into prison for something she discovers that nobody in the government wants anyone else to know. And it's just this incredible journey of this girl learning that in spite of the things she thinks holds her back and make her weak, she is actually stronger than she thinks she is. And it's so good, you guys, and I love it. I love Jodi's writing. I love this book. I can't wait for you guys to read it. There are also a few things with it. There was this bookmark, ta-da, and this postcard. And I think there was supposed to be one more thing. I just don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. And a book plate. And these were all designed by Sarah from over at the YA Book Traveler. So thank you, HarperCollins and Jodi and Sarah, for all of these goodies. The next book is actually from the publisher as well, and that's from H&M Teen, and it's called Meet Cute. And the tagline is, some people are destined to meet, and it's a short story collection where a bunch of authors write different meet cutes. And if there's one fun fact you guys should know about me, when I had a personal blog, one of the things I did on it was share some of my writing, and I used to have a series that was actually just all about meet cutes. So, fun times, I can't wait to read it. Funny story, I have really good friends. That's really like the end line of the story. So I somehow ended up with 2 Asunder arcs to complete my collection. One of them is one that my friend Hannah found and sent to me, and one of them is one that my friend Andy had and sent to me. And obviously I'm so grateful to have such generous people in my life. The other arc will be sent to a happy home once I find it one. And obviously one I'm keeping for my shelves because it was the last thing I needed to complete my art collection for Jodi's books. Asunder is the second in the New Soul trilogy, or the Incarnate trilogy. I'm not sure which name people used to refer to it. And it's basically set in a world where 1 million, I think, souls are reborn time and time again until the time when one dies and a new soul is reborn, and it just follows that new soul's journey all throughout. And it's this really interesting blend of science fiction and fantasy, and I really, really love this series. I will passionately declare my love for it, and for Sam, who is the main boy in it, forever and ever and ever. The next book is Care of My Friend Lily, and it is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, which is the second book in the A Darker Shade of Magic series. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. Anyway, I have not yet read this series, but I do know that it is in a world where there are 4 alternate Londons, one where magic exists, one where magic does not exist, one that is completely lost to the world, and I forget what the other one is. But there's only 1 or 2 people, I think, who can jump from the different Londons, and so that main character, Kel, becomes like the messenger between all of the people in the different Londons. But he's also a smuggler. So yeah, fun times. I can now binge the series because I have this one. And then we have Macky's gift from when he went to Dallas for a work thing. And it's The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill, and I'm assuming you're gonna want to talk about it.
I cannot stop talking about this book.
I mean, he mentioned it in his recap, which we'll link to as well.
Absolutely, and it's just really fun. It's a fable, it's a tale, classic fairy tale, but then it's also an allegory, and it deals with so many good things about life and family and loss and love, and every single inch of this award was deserved. So again, Kelly, awesome work.
I won an ARC in a giveaway by the author of this book, and it is The Beauty That Remains by Ashley Woodfolk. And can we just take a second to admire
It's a pretty cover.
Anyway, the tagline in the back says, "We've lost everything and found ourselves." Music brought Autumn, Shay, and Logan together. Death wants to tear them apart.
Ow.
Autumn always knew exactly who she was, a talented artist and a loyal friend. Shay was defined by 2 things, her bond with her twin sister Sasha and her love of music. And Logan always turned to writing love songs when his love life was a little less than perfect. But when tragedy strikes each of them, somehow music is no longer enough. Now Logan can't stop watching vlogs of his dead ex-boyfriend. Shay is a music blogger struggling to keep it together, and Autumn sends messages that she knows can never be answered. Each of them wonders, how different would my life be if this hadn't happened? And now that it has, what's next? Sounds so good, and I'm so excited to read it, so thank you so much, Ashley. And there you have it, guys. Those are literally all the books that we have gotten in the past month.
So basically we're not getting any sleep or anything
no sleep.
Productive.
I don't think we should be buying more books
Well,
anymore.
there's gonna be a lot of reading at the beach though.
I could probably build a fort out of all these books.
We are in a book fort right now.
That was on the entirety of our book haul. I'm assuming that some of the books were not described very well on my part, mostly because I forgot what they were about. So again, I'll link to them all down below. If you have questions, I will try to answer them in the comments. And if you've read any of these books and want us to prioritize reading them, do let us know that too. And if you didn't like some of these books, also let us know that as well. Anyway, tell us what you got last month and what your favorite thing that you got last month was. That's what I meant to say. And we'll see you guys for another video soon. We'll be doing recaps. He'll be doing his and I'll be doing mine. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. If you want to find me on other social media, all of that is linked down below. You can find Macky here or on the blog. And don't worry, he's gonna be on the channel now because he has a lot of books to talk about, y'all. A lot of books. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye!